Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Lord Psycho OG here, and today I'm bringing you guys another Modern Warfare video, and I kind of want to just talk about, give a little commentary on the patch notes that just came out, and I kind of want to focus on one thing that you probably already know what I'm going to talk about, and that is the $10,000 loadout price increase that was so stupidly added to these recent patch notes. And I'm going to talk about why I think about I want to just talk about a couple of things, because I'm kind of frustrated on why they did what they did, and this is my opinion, and it's kind of a head scratcher because they are doing things that I don't feel like that aren't asked for by the community. Anyways, the video that you guys are watching is a good solos match that I had. I love playing solos. This is what I play because I don't have to deal with other players in general, right? I'm not a fan of it, so I like to play solos. And when they raised it up to 8,500, I was like, okay, 8,500 or whatever it was from what it was originally. It was like 6,000 something, if it was 6,000. Then they raised it up, and I was like, all right, that's fine, we can make that work. And then now they raised it up again to 10,000. I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, they got quads. 2,500 for 4 people is chump change. That you don't even need to try to get that money, because you're all gonna combine your money. You get 10K, boom, you get a loadout, easy. But for solos, I gotta run around so many other locations now to try and get my 10K loadout. Something that I was used to getting originally. I've been conditioned to get ready to get my loadout, so that way I can go and run around and fight people with my loadout. Now I have to kind of come up with a whole new strategy, adapt again to figure out a way to get my 10,000, when really this should have been scaled out per mode, right? Like, you should have increased it for squads, which makes sense because you can get that 2.5K easily between the 4 members to make 10K. And it should have been kept the same. I'm fine if you make it what it was previously, right? Whether it was 8,000 or 8,500, whatever it was, I was fine with that. Keep it at that and change it for quads, right? Because I'm guessing there's some back end data that they're looking at, and they're saying, well, majority of players are getting their loadouts 4 minutes into the match, and we don't want that, so let's increase it. There's some data that they're using to make this decision, because the community didn't ask for this decision. And also too, they removed trios and they added quads, and I'm assuming, because they haven't told us why they did this, is that they're trying to minimize matchmaking times. So they took out trios and they added quads. But once again, a change that we are not asking for. These are changes that the devs are making, and I get it, but it's, I feel like it's not necessary. They could have added quads, and we could have kept trios and had solos. And they could have scaled out and asked, or they could have asked us, right? Hey, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to increase this up? Do you feel like this is something that is too easy to get? Is this right? Instead, they're making the changes and then having us give feedback, and then they're gonna adjust it instead of asking for our information beforehand via Reddit or via a poll in game, right, that we can answer in the war zone. Imagine if they had a poll like, hey, how do you think about that, right? How do you think about the current price of this? How do you think about the current price of that? And allowing us to give our in-game feedback instead of just making changes and having us give them our feedback that way. I feel like it could have been handled a lot better. Now bug fixes and things like that, obviously take care of them on your own, because we don't really care. If you're fixing the bugs, you're fixing the bugs. But to change key aspects of the game, like the loadout price, for every single type of playstyle that you guys have, including solos, is making it, almost less fun now, because I'm spending more time running around trying to get my cash, trying to, collect enough to get my loadout, instead of driving around looking to kill people, looking to get into gunfights, looking to do the things that make the game fun. Because I promise you, running around looking for money is not a fun part of the Warzone experience. I feel like this can easily be fixed just by a simple adjustment to the cost of the loadout and solos going back to what it previously was. You don't got to take it all the way back to when it started at 6,000 or 6,500, whatever it was. Just revert it back to what it was and just keep quads 10,000. They're probably not going to bring trios back, so just leave it to 10,000 for that and keep it at 8,500 to 8,000, whatever the hell it was for solos, because it makes more sense, right? Like, and people are just gonna say, oh, it's only 2K more. It's no, like, just bring it back to what it was and scale it out accordingly, because you have one. It's common sense. You have one player looking for the same amount as 4 players. That doesn't make any damn sense, and I really think that they should scale it back. And it's just, you can go on Reddit and see all the different people that have come up with, more feasible ideas than just making it 10K across the board. So on top of that, we have some other fixes that they've had in the patch. We now tell you how far away you are from your teammates while in the match. Great. Just a quality of life thing. Appreciate it. Fix for the gas mask animation, interrupting and blocking players from deploying their parachute. So they kept the gas mask animation the same, where we don't have control over it. It's still going to keep going in and out as we're going through the gas. But, hey, we can pop it. It doesn't affect us when we're parachuting. Yeah. Sick update. Fix an issue where you could display the incorrect rank on screen after the player's game. Another quality of life thing. Fix the bug where players could be killed by vehicles without being near the player. All right. That, I appreciate that. I got hit through a doorway by a car. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? They're kind of obviously listening to that aspect of it. Recon drone, yada, yada, yada. Fix a bug where players can become invincible if they become downed while switching seats in attack rover. Never had that experience to me. Another quality of life thing. Minor things that, you know what I mean? While spectating a player in the gulag, the option to redeploy your teammate would appear on screen even though they cannot be redeployed. This has been fixed. Another thing. If a player spectates a winning team of a BR match, the after action report would display. Yeah. Fix the bug where placing a shield turret on a teammate could kill them. Just little things like that. The battle royale, fix a player's unable to self-revive on solos. Now, so this solves the fact that this was not a bug, right? I mean, I measured this in my last video where I got shot in the head. My self-revive didn't activate, and I thought, okay, maybe getting shot in the head is an in-game mechanic where you can't get your self-revive off. It was a bug. So they're fixing that. Awesome. Love to see it. Increase the price of a loadout job with the buy station. I already spoke on this. Just do a scale for solos and quads. Remove the blood splatter and screen shake while being punched in the gulag. This is a good one, right? Because there's always that kid who joins and you're watching, you're giving callouts to your buddy and you're getting punched by some kid who's just, you know what I mean? It's annoying. It's unnecessary. We don't need that. Appreciate the fix. Remove lost column from the BR leaderboard, another thing that nobody really cares about. Fix an issue with final circles occurring out of bounds or in undesirable areas. Huge, right? And this even happened, not even final circles. They need to fix it where it starts in the beginning of the game, halfway off the map. That is, I've been playing games where it's still like that, where the beginning of the match starts halfway off the map, and you have this whole other side of the map that's totally, basically dumb to land on because you're gonna have to rotate. And you're put at a disadvantage. And to fix the issue with armor plates and kill streaks being unusable under certain conditions, like when you're hopping over a wall and you're popping a plate, the plate doesn't activate because somehow you're hopping over the wall and you can't do both at the same time. So they've done some little, and then several fixes to prevent crashes and improve stability. Wasn't really a game-breaking issue I had anybody mention, but the main things that I think are kind of head scratches in this is them removing trios. And them not scaling out the 10K loadout to make it make sense for solos, and the increase for quads, right? Because obviously the increase, you have one more player, makes sense. I think that they should create, just a soft update, small update, scaling it back to what it was for solos, and you can leave the 10K price point for quads. Those are my thoughts on the current patch notes and kind of the changes that have been announced. I hope that they see the feedback that has happened on Reddit, on Twitter, and kind of just the community outreaching like, hey man, this is kind of not what we want. Then I think hopefully they'll revert it back, right? Because we we can go down the same path of making this battle royale a strictly RNG based battle royale, or we can kind of allow for a skill gap where people have their loadouts. Everyone's on a level playing field. They've built their own loadouts that they can bring in. Now it's up to you to make the right rotations, win your gunfights, make the right calls. You know what I mean? I think that that's where this Warzone could be at. But instead, they're kind of allowing for more RNG to happen wherever you land. You get the most money, you get your quickest loadout, or you know, whoever gets a better gun in the early scenario of the game wins. Instead of letting it play out as something that is skill based. I mean, they already have skill based matchmaking in there, so that's my thoughts on it. I hope you guys enjoy the solos win. I kind of just wanted to give my quick feedback on this since it just came out. Anyways, enjoy the win, guys. I'm going to be putting out another value-driven video soon on if self-revive is worth it in squads. Stay tuned for that. If you guys haven't already and you guys are watching this, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be putting out constant Warzone content and just staying on top of any patches and any things that you guys should know about. That's it for me, you guys. Lord Psycho out.
Sounds really close. On the other side of that wall, bro. Can you revive something? Yeah, you might. I'm gonna call UAV, bro. You just gotta be safe. He might have got a revive.
Down the same guy? You guys hurt behind there? Oh, is this hurt?
You've got gas inbound.
He went down, Yeah. Nice. Any of the shields?
We got a lot of money.
Make sure you get it. Let's go. Let's go back. Yeah. Go back to the same store, bro.
Where is it?
You've got gas moving in.
You don't. Got a bounty? Yeah, that should be the closest.
Yeah, we had to call in your UAV. Wait, our teammate just called in UAV for us. We have a UAV.
Come on, someone buy us. Your money.
Here. They might have ghosts.
It's hard to get in, like, close to somewhere, bro.
Yeah.
We still have time to do vlogs.
They're here on me.
Got it a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's going off as well, bro.
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated. Time's almost up. Finish the mission.
Yeah, I have the radar, huh?
Yeah. You want to get out and call it?
Yeah.
Just call it now so we know where we're going. We're in the circle.
Only 5 left.
Dead, we have 8.
I go back. Yo, mark that guy, bro. Guy that we're going. Is he in here?
Yeah, he's in there. Armor off. Up. Armor off.
Get another one in there, bro.
It's not personal, son. It's strictly business.
That was crazy, bro. I just want to solo off a self-revive, bro.
It's not personal, son. It's strictly business.